So the next point is, as the mayor alluded, we have a legislative ask this year. We've asked for 50, well, actually a little under 50% on an automated sandbagging machine, which will save us a lot of time and help our more senior citizens so they're not out there shoveling and having to, they'll still have to carry the bags back to their place, but this will help expedite that process. And then, if you remember, I think it was 3 years ago, we bought the vacant lot next to the Public Works building that was owned by Chase Bank. So we're asking to do basically a design build expansion for the Public Works building. Our estimate is roughly a $2 million building. We've asked for a 50-50 match on that for $1 million.
How much is the sandbagging machine?
I believe it's $55,000. I think we asked for $25,000.
All right, so we'll do that. And we've told you before, Chief Fowler, so you had officers there, I think, just so people would not, argue over the sand. And we had, I live here, I should be getting that many. But it didn't end there. Anyone that was there, they were helping bag, they were helping carry them to the car. So again, talking about life better in the shores, they were just fantastic, and I'm sure we told you before, but I just want to tell you again.
We had Public Works folks, we had finance folks out there helping
Right, yes.
Do bags. We had some commissioners, and I think the mayor was out there. Our folks just step up in those times, and so I'm appreciative of everything they do in that.
Did we run out of either sand or bags, or we had
I think it got close after Nicole and maybe even at Milton, but I don't think we actually ran out. I've had preliminary discussions. One of the big issues during sandbagging is, well, we do it for our citizens. Well, here, we've got people that live a block away, they're not one of our citizens. So we've had discussions with the county, and they've proposed very preliminary, high level of maybe they would give us some sandbags and sand if we would allow some of the county residents just to come here. If you've heard the stories about what happened out at the jail, they had people in line. It was like a 3-mile backup there. So they're looking at ways, how do we expedite sandbag that? So that's part of why we want the automated sandbagging machine, is if we do that partnership, it's only going to help us be more efficient and provide for the greater community of Daytona Beach Shores.
And I think if we did that, we almost have to have anyone that does show up here. I don't want to split hairs about you're in the county and no, you're.
Yeah, as long as they're a county resident. If people are driving down from Flagler, we should probably turn them away, but they've got a lot of cities to stop at before they get here. But
I have a question about current legislative ask. I know that we got cornered by Senator Wright, you and I think the mayor was there, and he said that he had money, and I know one of the questions with the chief was a shooting range, maybe do some sleeping arrangements, something for a building like that that would save us some money within the city.
we'll have some stuff on it.
Okay.
Or just think.
You're ahead of me today. So I wanted to run through a few of the things that we've done in either this year's budget or prior year, or maybe even 2 years ago. But you approved the purchase of a fire truck. You'll see it's a 3-year waiting period. It may even be 4-year, depending on delivery. But you approved the purchase of that. It was about $1 million. We have purchased an emergency response trailer. I believe that is supposed to be here in April. We resurfaced pickleball courts, all 10 of them. If you remember, we did the Veterans Park where we moved the flags from one side to the other and kind of improved that area. We've done some Fenari Park renovations. One of the big things that we did was we added AED devices in the city parks. So we put one at the restrooms at McElroy, one at the tennis courts, and one at the pickleball courts. And we have received a grant, and I'll talk about that one later as well, but for more. So now we're going to be putting them in supervisors' vehicles and stuff. So we're trying to get those in every city building, in work vehicles. We had an incident with an employee. It may have been a heart thing, we're not sure. Back at work, everything's good. But that may have been a perfect opportunity. If we'd had one in the vehicle, it probably would have been used that day. So to make the guys more efficient on the public works side, I held a meeting with them and they said, I was like, what do you guys need? And one of the employees said, it'd be really good if we had a parking lot striper, a machine that would paint the lines rather than hand painting them. And so I got with Stuart and we did that, and then we looked at a concrete grinding machine for where the sidewalks get uneven. They were doing it with a hand grinder, and now we have a machine. And then this is a perpetual thing. I know Stuart, I think 2 weeks ago, was at a meeting with the county and FPL, but we're always under pressure to improve the turtle lighting situation, especially with our street lights on A1A. So that is a constant thing. We budget every year for that, but your subject matter expert on turtle lights is sitting back there, and but that's something we're constantly doing. And since we're close to that, I just want to remind everybody, if you see a light that is out and it has green tape around it, that means we've turned it off because the turtles were there.
Did you find out if the one in front of Palma Bella had a?
That was a fuse issue, it's not a turtle issue, but that's fixed.
So I guess, I don't know why I thought turtle season didn't start until